Bonjour and welcome to another Alexis Review. I hope you're all fine, and yes, I will be going to the, how do you say, the hair cutter very soon. How do you say it in English? I have a lack of memory. Today we will be talking about Synaptic by Conjuring Lab. The box is very beaten because I've been carrying it in my pocket for a long time, and the box does actually a great job protecting the gimmick, so I think you should keep it inside. But let's go into the video so I can talk a little bit more about this little beauty. So what is Synaptic? Basically, it was released at Blackpool 2025, and the name was Foresight Guru at the time. Basically, it had 3 routines. So you had one that you can play 4 in a row. I don't know the exact word, you know, with the yellow and the red chip. And you have a grid and you place the ship, and the goal is to put 4 in a row. Maybe it's the name of the game. So you could play that with 1, 2 or 3 spectators while being blindfolded, which is great. So they give you where they are playing and you tell them, okay, you should be playing there. For me, of course, there and there and there. You had the 10,000 decimals of pi that you could, with like 4 to 5 digits, you know exactly where they are in pi, and you can go on and give all the digits one after the other, which is very impressive. And they had the credit card numbers, so somebody tells you all the credit card number except one, and you know exactly what digit is missing. So very interesting, but later on they switched the name to Synaptic, and this can do much more than the first version. They offer, of course, like for the previous owner, a change for this one, so don't worry. And this is actually very good. You have a lot more routines that you can perform with it, and I will talk about them later in this video. Synaptic is sold at 195 euros, so roughly $210. I don't know what is the rate actually. They are shipped from France, so maybe you have to be careful if you're in the US because of the import fee and so on. Actually, I think they are working with retailers so that they can find a way around. Maybe it's already being sold by other, and you will find all the information in the description. But yes, you have to take that into account, and the gimmick is a thing of beauty again. So what do you receive? First, you receive the right to subscribe to this channel because it's very important and it helps me a lot. We are nearly 2,000. Merci beaucoup for that. So what do you receive? You receive the Synaptic, which is a little device, electronic device that is inside. You don't need internet connection, you don't need Bluetooth, you don't need anything. Everything works by itself, it's autonomous. You don't need anything else than the device, and everything has been like put inside the memory of the device. The device is very well made. It looks like a Nexus remote, Wilson Nexus remote. Wilson remote. Nexus is a product that I need to talk to you about because it's crazy good, but I will talk about it in another video. So it's very small, can be palmed easily. It's you have 5 buttons on it, so you can input data, and through vibration, the device will give you data. It's very, very well made. You have the 3 routines that I talk about. You also have a routine that I will be performing in the demonstration part, where a spectator gives you a date from any year, and you know that if it's a Monday, Tuesday, and so on. And you also know the number of days between this date and today, which is, I think, very good. You also have another routine which is crazy good. It's a timer kind of thing. So you say that you manage to wake up before your alarm clock rings, and because you control your metabolism, and somebody put a clock, like a timer for like 1 minute and 47 seconds. They launch it, they put the phone face down, you tell a story, you perform a trick, and you say, and now. and when you say now, of course, the timer will ring. So everything is achieved thanks to Synaptic, which is great. You have multiple queue and very easy to input method. And you also have order equation, which is great because people will do a mathematical equation like plus and times. They will like multiply digits together, and you will don't know some of the digits, and yet you will be able to give the result, which is, I think, a very strong routine, one of the strongest actually that is on Synaptic right now. So the product is great, the routines are great, and of course this is not meant to stay as it is, because thanks to the charging port, so you can charge it via USB-C, but you can also update it through your computer and the link that is provided. So if more routines are coming in the future, you will be able to input them in the device, which is, I think, a great idea. The battery lasts a very long time because you use it for like 2 to 5 minutes each time. I think you can carry it for days and maybe months without having to charge it again, but you need to charge it every now and then so that the battery doesn't drains up. But the battery life is actually amazing. It's very comfy to have it in your hand. Of course, the best is to use like a pencil or something to carry in your hand that is holding the gimmick, so you look less like this. But yes, it's very well made, and actually it's like a fidget toy because the buttons are very I really like pressing on them. So even though it's turned off, I just press on the button and I feel a little bit less stressed. So that's like a small plus, but it's interesting too. So yes, it's quite expensive, but the quality and what you can achieve with it are very good. Let's perform a quick performance. So I just turn on the device and I haven't made this up. We'll pick a random date like this. So let's use maybe a year. So 2016, for example. So 2016 is, I think, a good year, and maybe let's use a month. So it could be September. Let's use September, so it's good. And maybe a day, so it could be the 20th, okay? 20th of 2016. Okay, so the 20th of 2016, I think would be a Tuesday, if I'm right. So please open your calendar, look at the year 2016, and the 20th of 2016 is actually a Tuesday, but we will try to do a little bit more. Okay, so and I think okay, so I think the number of days from this date is 3,283. 3,283. So let's... Combien y a-t-il de jours depuis le 20 septembre 2016? 3,283. So I've asked in French, of course, because my series is in French, but that gives you an idea of how it could play in real life. It's very complicated to perform the trick for nobody, and explaining what I do while doing it, very complicated, but you get the idea. And maybe you've heard some sound of clicking button, but I'm in complete silence, so the mic is picking up every sound, but in real life performances you won't hear a thing, believe me. I know people are always scared about the noise of everything, but in real life nobody will never notice it unless you're in complete silent environment, but I think that never happens. It never happened to me actually. But yeah, I hope this little performance will give you a little bit of idea of what you can do with Synaptic. Let's go for the cons. I think that some of the routines are a little bit weaker than the other. The 4 in a row and the credit card are, for me, the worst two, if I can say that, even though they are good. But for the credit card, I'm always afraid to ask such private information, even though I can't do anything with just the numbers. I won't feel comfortable asking that for people. And for the 4 in a row, I think that the dynamic of the routine is a little bit low, that even though you have multiple spectators, multiple play in game, I don't think that it's picking up. Maybe you should do that in like a side quest of your show. So you perform the routines and somebody is playing at the same time. So it adds something, but you will have to have the brain working, doing your show at the same time, inputting data in Synaptic and giving back the information to the spectator. So I think it requires a little bit more work, but you can do that on its own. I think the routine is a little bit slow-paced for me, but they are good routines, but I prefer like the day. I think the day is very good, pi is very good, and order equation is good. The timer is actually very interesting too. You have to find a presentation, but it's a very unique effect. And of course, you have to be a little bit careful about your angle since you're palming something, so sometimes it might flash in some occasions. So I think holding something, a deck of cards or a pen, will allow you to hide a little bit more the gimmick, but be careful with your environment if that's something you're a little bit afraid of, but I think it's easily coverable with, I'm not sure of the word, but you can easily cover it with another object if needed. Apart from that, pros. It's really, really well made, and I was skeptical and afraid when I saw it at Blackpool. Actually, I didn't like it when I saw it at Blackpool because of the effect. And since they released other routines with it, I think it's great. And I was afraid that inputting, so you're using the clock swipe method, and the clock swipe method is very easy to pick up. And I was afraid that I need to navigate through the menus. It's so easy. And the fact that the explanation video is split up in multiple videos means that you can go back and just watch the part that is interesting for you. So you don't have to watch or to find the exact spot in the 4.5-hour video, which I think is great. They did a great job on this. The fact that you can update it is really good. You have an internal clock, so you have a lot of information, the date from the date provided and today, for example, but you have a lot more that are doable with it. Order equation is one, but I won't tell you why the internal clock is needed, but it's good, very good. It's a really tough product because I really didn't like it, and I think they did great innovation on it, and now I want to use it. So I don't know if I will be using on a daily basis at my gigs, but I think that's something else that you can add, and it's between like memory work and mentalism, and I think it adds some credibility to what you are doing, like impression device and so on, because it feels real. It's never too much. It feels something that can be doable without any external device, which I think is one of the strongest points of this product. So for me, that's a 4 hearts out of 4. This product is unique. The effects that can be done with it are unique too. And I think that the fact that this is alive, that this will be updated, means that more routines are coming, and I can't wait to see what people have in mind with this. So honestly, this is a great little tool. 4 hearts out of 4. In terms of difficulty, this is not complicated. You need to get the knack, you need to understand how it works, but maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, and you will be on the road with it. So 2 stars out of 4. Since this is such a unique product, I don't have anything similar in mind for it. Of course, you could use other methods to accomplish the routines that are possible with this, but not as clean, not as good, not as direct. So if you have anything similar in mind, feel free to put it in the comment section. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little bit long, but I want to tell you the whole story about Synaptic, and I hope it helped. I really enjoyed this product, and if you have any question about it, feel free to put it in the comment section. Feel free to subscribe, and see you soon for another Alexis Magic Review. Au revoir!